Welcome, ladylads and gentlelads, to what is going to be the first episode in my playthrough of Crying Suns, a new roguelike game in the vein of FTL, and I'm looking forward to this one. It seemed like an interesting concept when I first saw it pitched a while back, and been keeping tabs on it since, and I'm glad to have another game to come back to that is in that same style as FTL, which I put over 200 hours into. Either way. I started a game earlier on. I'm still on the first sector, first chapter. I haven't really done anything. And the reason why I did that is so I could get a feel for, well, how this would all start out. Overall, I'm going to go for a new game, and I'm just going to be skipping through a lot of exposition because, honestly, you have an hour's worth of exposition before you actually get past the tutorial phase and into actual gameplay. That's just minute-to-minute roguelike gameplay. So, we're starting fresh. And let's skip, just, I don't really have any questions for Caliban here, aside from the fact that, to give you a brief TLDR, we are the clone of a pretty grand admiral of some Empire Navy that's been cloned in order to replace the guy who just died recently. I have some suspicions that this guy is not exactly being truthful with us, but the Empire used to be run by an emperor named Oberon, who unlocked technology, or discovered technology, that would allow artificial intelligences to utilize quantum computing to take over the administration of the Empire, essentially. To handle the teaching, to handle the running of the stations, the fuel reserves, and all of that nonsense. And this seems to be the only one of them remaining. He has tried to get in contact with a bunch of folk, or he's supposed to be receiving periodic messages from the Empire itself every 4 years, but they haven't come for a while, and he doesn't know what the hell is going on. So he woke us up, and he's sending us into a battleship on the edge of periphery space in this secret cloning facility to see what the heck is up, to regain contact with the Empire, and potentially restore it. Well, minor spoiler, everything's shut down. All of the Omnis, these robots, have completely shut themselves down, and we now have to figure out what the hell is up, try to get to the galactic throne world, and defeat all of the enemies along the way across 5 sort of chapters and across various star sectors. That and our second coming. Okay, fine. Technically I died, I guess. Whatever. Either way, we start out with this ship, the Excelsior-class battleship, that has 80 out of 80 hull points or something. I'm not entirely certain how to read these numbers yet. Is it like 80 hull and 80 structure? Probably. We have our Neo-N fuel, made out of some phlebtonic unobtainium-type material, and it's used in a similar way to how FTL uses its fuel system. 1 fuel equals 1 jump. It gets a bit more complicated, but we'll touch upon that soon. Scrap, it's exactly like it functioned in FTL. This is your currency. Hell, the icon even looks a bit too much like FTL's. And then you have commandos. Commandos are like ground teams that you can send on expeditions in order to potentially get you some neat stuff. Ship also starts off with an auxiliary system that makes it a lot faster to dock fighter squadrons, frigate squadrons, and drone squadrons, so that we can potentially cycle them out in order to deal with what enemies are potentially going to face us. We start out with one weapon support officer. We can only recover 1 squadron at a time. We can support 2 squadrons on the field, however. And we have a 1 crew member that can support the squadrons and offer them bonuses, which we'll choose here in a moment. Have a piercer laser, 2 complements of drones, which are good against frigates, as it says in the tooltip there. 1 complement of frigates, which is good against fighters, and 1 complement of fighters, which is good against drones. So a sort of rock, paper, scissors dynamic here. Although, from what I saw of the first system I jumped into with the store, you can also get access to cruisers. So we'll figure this out as we go along. No additional hull structures or anything. A pretty bog standard baby's first sort of ship. We'll be playing on normal difficulty, and let's choose whatever officers are available to us. I like the officer here with weapons reload time decreased by 15%. Definitely someone we're taking. Her skills apply to gunnery, out of the 3 main ones. Hull, fighter or squadrons, and gunnery. And I thought I told the music to be quieter. You know, let's turn it down a bit more. Either way, we have other officers here, and these get cycled out on each new life. So far, I've seen. For example, this officer wasn't available to us. Certainly not with this skill set. Or were they? Oh no, never mind. This is the same gamut of officers that I got the last time around. Never mind. You can also potentially unlock special officers, which have better bonuses, but no doubt you have to encounter them throughout the game. Until then, here's our bog standard, a spy and a soldier. We could potentially start out with a scientist, another spy, or another soldier, each with their own specific perks and skills. And something that I did discover quickly is that these skills apply to expedition checks. So when you send out your commandos on an expedition, you'll have piloting skill checks, fighting, demolition, discretion, sharp senses, persuasion, and so on and so forth. I don't know if your officers get level ups, such that they unlock more skills, but they are good at... If they encounter piloting and demolition skill checks, they will succeed in them more often than a pilot who doesn't have a proficiency in those skills. In fact, if they don't have a proficiency in those skills, they may fail them at every opportunity. So, I guess it's nice to have a balance. Someone with a persuasion and a sharp senses skill set isn't going to be quite as useful, perhaps, as a piloting and demolition skill set. But you never know, so... There's a lot about this game I don't know. No need to change battleship, we can't, even if we wanted to. So nothing left for it but to just start the game, head out into the galaxy, and see what the hell's up. And now that we don't have to deal with exposition, we can just get into the meat of it. So we start out with a star map like this, which is our sort of FTL style. We have to get to the end of the sector before enemies notice that we're in here and start trying to chase us down. So, incoming alert 2. Number of jumps before your presence reaches local rulers. Once they hear about you, they'll come looking for you and blockade access to their systems. So we do have to be pretty quick and intelligent about how we get to this endpoint, going one system at a time. So anything that gives us as many options as possible for jumps, I think is the better option to take. So, resultantly, I think what we should be aiming for is to go up to this system, and then keep moving forward. Furthermore, anomalies, trading beacons and ground signals and points of interest are what we sort of have to deal with. So here we have 5 points of interest in this specific system. Nuri Borealis, Cantor 2, an asteroid JX472, AH40, and JE439. All points of interest we can visit, 2 of which have anomalies, and 1 of which also has a store we could potentially go to. And unfortunately, in the entrance system, there is nothing for us to gain, so we just have to roll the dice and see what we run across. As much as I wanted to go up this route, however, I'm quite tempted to go to 3 points of interest, one of which has battleship wreckage on the ground, and a mercenary outpost. So, let's go here. And I love a lot about this game so far, even out of the 1 hour that I did play. And we're getting a research and development message. So let's address that first. Our folk built a weapon prototype out of scrap. And yeah, I would have loved to have permission asked first. But, yeah. Should we finish it or not? It cost us 42 scrap, but... yeah, why not? Let's be risky. So, what did these folk build for us? We lost 42 scrap and gained a Sub-Zero Gun Mark II. What does a Sub-Zero Gun Mark II do for us? So, our Piercer laser does 15 damage and has a delay of 22 seconds before it can refire. Our Sub-Zero gun does 0 damage, has a delay of 11 seconds, and stops movement and attacks of units on targeted cells for 3 seconds. And it's no effect on battleship hulls, however. That said, I think we could sell this for more than the scrap we put into it, so... despite the fact that I don't quite like its effects, we can still make use of it as scrap. Now then. Here's our first game mechanic that we must interact with, and that is the scavenging for fuel at these depots that orbit stars. These used to siphon off material called neoneutrinium, which acts as our starship fuel and is like a super space resource that does all the magical things. And here you can see we have a certain chance of getting 1, 2, or 3 fuel out of this hypercube, as it's called. And we only get the 1 fuel, but it'll keep us going. This station is dead, it can't produce anymore because it no longer has its AI administrator, as mentioned before. So we just sort of have to deal. And now, before I forget, I should put my advanced weapons specialist into our gunnery slot, and our soldier into the squadron support slot. Now that out of the way, let's go back to the local system map and see what may be seen. First things first, I want to head down to the mercenary, or not the mercenary outpost, but the... oh, we ran into a pirate ship. How nice. Either way, we wanted to explore battleship wreckage on the planet, but instead we ran into a battleship, which we now must deal with. Sending us a message. What is it? They don't want us to attack them yet. I know it's going to be hard to believe, but the whole Imperial-Pirate relationship is a pretty complicated one. They're trying to mutiny. We could help the pirate mutiny. We apparently don't have a condition met in order to satisfy. We can attack the pirate ship to destroy them. And we can ask them why we should help. Okay, petty boredom. So she just wants control of the ship. We can scratch our backs, they scratch ours, and give us a bit of a scrap kickback. You know, I think it's desperate times calling for desperate measures. No reason to be a hero here, I don't think. Though the question is, will this demoralize our crew? I'm not familiar with the game's mechanics, I don't know. We can push on, not knowing who to trust. Or we can help out a little bit. But you see, they're pirates, and we're a military admiral. We have our legacy to consider, of course. Let's just destroy the pirates. Battle is imminent. Good luck. And now we see the battlefield. So, with spacebar we have access to a pause menu, which apparently we were unpaused. And we immediately deployed a fighter and a drone. And so far, there's a frigate out in the field. Oh, right. It's left-click movement as opposed to right-click movement. So we'll have those guys interact first. We'll send our fighters in just to offer some extra fire support. Now that they're distracted with the drones. And bingo bango bongo. There ain't nothing in the Congo, no, that we want more of. And we just get access to our fire ability here, do some hull damage. Kick their teeth in a little bit. Damage their system and prevent it from attacking correctly. And bada bing, bada boom, we get 55 scrap. Simple deal. Now with that out of the way, no squadrons lost, everything heals back up to full, it's just fine and dandy. Let's prepare a mission down to the pirate wreckage, and just look at how aesthetic this is. You destroy a ship and it explodes and it flies off into the distance. Forget for a moment that sound doesn't travel in space. Come on, suspend your disbelief a little, folks. Enjoy life a little. Either way. Start off with a planet scan, mostly just for aesthetic's sake. Find some battlefield or battleship wreckage. We have one transat retreat. No major threat discovered. And so who do we send on the mission? I can lose between 0 and 7 commandos, extracting 4 to 43% of valuable resources, or I can extract between 16 and 44% of available resources, and lose between 1 and 8 commandos. A 0 to 7 range is pretty steep anyway, so raising that by 1, not exactly too awful. And increasing our profit margin sounds like a pretty good plan. Though are we really that desperate for scrap? So that's a fairly steep price to pay, but it's a pretty decent artifact, so you never know. Let's give it a shot. Launching an expedition. We'll succeed at piloting and demolition checks, which I think are going to come in handy. So we send out our shuttle, goes down to land, and so far, folk. Wow, that was intense. But we do find the battleship wreckage almost immediately. Succeed in a demolition check, and it gives us the scrap we wanted. Now, extraction. We could continue the expedition. So far, our officer has only taken 4 health damage. But we've already lost 2 folks. Well, there is a mercenary outpost close by, so let's continue. We succeed in a demolition check. we lose more boys. And we just don't have the right skills for some of these checks. So that's a pity. Wow. And we've reached the extraction point. A bit awful, but yeah, okay. Should have taken something different. Not exactly a great start. 5 losses for 61 scrap. Pretty bad. And it seems like these dice rolls are decided from the very get-go, so, like, definitely some interesting things to consider there. It doesn't exactly tell you what kind of, skill checks you'd be facing in those sort of missions, but I suppose that's fine. And I guess we sort of have to go to the mercenary outpost now. We're sort of in need. And there's a scrapper battleship in our way. So far, though, space opposition hasn't been that difficult to deal with. So, I guess I'll take this the normal way. Let's, I have a squadron of fighters ready to go. Let's throw out a squadron of frigates. It was the hope. So, okay, cool. Right-clicking takes it off of the menu. Left-clicking puts it back onto the menu. Let's start out with our frigate. Send a fighter squadron also over. Let us unpause. Launch our boys. And start putting down some hurt on the enemy. And right-clicking doesn't work. They seem to have a fairly, damaged bunch of folk. No weapons, really. Let's just go straight for their hull. Send the cruisers right after the dogfighters. Cool, we knock them out of commission. And let's just start doing damage. And easy money, all things considered. Perfect. No major damage sustained. We've encountered an enemy battleship anomaly. And successfully dealt with it, got our scrap, and let's visit a shop. And recoup some of our commando losses. I want a lot of those. That and some neo-fuel. And let's sell off that Sub-Zero gun. Unfortunately, we're selling it for less than we built it for. But I think it's a worthwhile thing to sell off. It truly is. We can also invest potentially in a Piercer Laser Mark I in order to round out our firing complement and potentially get an officer. Ah, see, this one has 3 skills. Fighting, persuasion, and what is the other one? Some sort of spying skill. I mean, I like him. He's versatile, skill count of +1, though his officer life is -2, so he's easy to die. Okay, that's the trade-off. And while I would like to have a scientist for these erudite and hacking skill checks, I think having Ahmed around might be interesting. So, what can I do? Part of me, though, wants an officer just to have an effect applied to my ship itself. Like an extra point of shielding for survivability purposes might be nice. Either way, I think I've gotten just about enough from here. We can go for an additional weapon dock, but for now, I'm quite content with that which I already took from the store. Nothing left but to go to the next system. Let's see what we have here. The civilian ship is close to the hypercube. Incoming message. And they are worshipping a star. Oh no. Why are you worshipping this star, Sergey? Because a godly transformation has begun before their very eyes. We can ask them if they need help at all. What is this unification that you're preparing for? We're getting ready to join the sun, to become a part of it. We can arrest the passengers of the ship to save them. But do we really want to get in the way of their nihilism? I mean, you know what? You guys do you. I have better things to do. Like scavenging fuel. Only the one, though. Only the one. Let's check out the local system map. What do we have? Secret military base. An anomaly signal from an asteroid. And nothing of interest anywhere else. Well, let's check out the anomaly first. Potentially it'll be useful. Passing through magnetic interference. Isolated fire in C9. This magnetic storm must be to blame. Pity. It's a primary squadron hangar, sir. We can suffer squadron damage in exchange for not wasting fuel. That's a hell of a call to make. Ooh. 2 fuel! Okay, we're letting it burn. Captain Lynch, sorry. We wrecked a frigate and a drone. That's shit. Oh, that was bad. Screw anomalies, I guess. Okay, that was bad. Right then. Scrapper containers dead ahead. Check them out, Captain, and look alive. Captain's desire to kill scrappers is truly a bottomless pit. I like it. These sort of text blurbs with your crew, much more personable than what you had in FTL. Like, FTL had its charm, but this is getting me on a, like, narrative level. And our captain is a she, apparently. I just noticed that. Either way, let's prepare a mission to the surface. Let us see what we may see. No major threats, 1 chance at extraction. And we can potentially lose all of our soldiers, but get really good scrap returns, or real shit scrap returns and only lose most of our soldiers. Let's take the 0 to 10. I mean, I think we can do it. I have faith. I shouldn't maybe have that faith, but Okay, good. At least we didn't lose anyone. Take some damage in a hacking attempt. The demolition attempt succeeds, though. That's pretty good. Another failed hacking attempt. Ooh, we're, taking some bad hits out there. But we're going balls to the wall on this one. And we find the secret military base. That's good. Demolition and a piloting check. Fighter Mark 1 Minotaurus. Okay. Resource cache. Beautiful. Engineering danger, and we lose our officer. Okay, she's just weakened. It's fine. So, how do we help her? I suppose we'll have to find a way, some other way. Well, for now, let's go back to the star map and see what lies ahead of us. And at first I was thinking this isn't going to be too much of a tough bit of business, but now I'm having my doubts. This might be real tough indeed. So then, the alert is spreading. We go out this way. Why would you snort fuel powder? Why? And like, yeah, okay, cool. Everyone and their mother can make a Duke Nukem reference, but come on. Fighting some coked up Duke Nukem lookalike, and what is this? Turrets. Cannot move. Are they neutral turrets? Okay, so we can hide in asteroid fields. Interesting. Massive asteroid blocks access. And another turret. Alright. So I have a weakened frigate. First up on the docket is a fighter. And that thing. I think we have to send them out. Start with the fighter, start with the frigate. Let's go. Let's take the frigate over to here. And perfect. Unpause. Let's go. Oh, we can set waypoints. That's nice. Control squadrons and choose a control key or command key on each point. Nice. Okay. Get out of there. That was awful. It seems we've lost a squadron. Has been wrecked and can't be used in this fight until patched. Onboard mechanics can only patch a squadron up to 50% of its max health. Okay, perfect. Well, alright, the neutral turrets? Apparently a pretty big issue. Well, let's hopefully deal with these fighters at little losses to ourselves. And once we can get the opportunity, do some damage to those weapon systems. I don't want them firing back at us in any way, shape, or form. Uh-oh. Well, we've lost them. So, guess we have to send out some drones. Okay, very, very interesting. Our drones are doing combat with each other. Ouch. That's heckin' awful of you to do. And We might just eat the big one here, folks. Like, we are starting to take damage. This is pretty bad, all things considered. Let's go back to targeting those weapon systems there, yeah? Okay, no, those are drone bombers, that's fine. We've taken some damage to our subsystems. Uh-oh. Officers in a damage-sustaining system are taking damage, that's perfect. Exactly what I wanted, and I think... Okay. Whoa. Lots of pop-ups here. Hull bars represent health of ship. Okay, so in order to get another hull bar, we have to pay for it. Okay, I see how this is. This is pretty heckin' bad. Okay, I see how it's gonna be. Alright, very interesting. I don't like it. I don't like it, but I don't hate it at the same time. Well, well. This is tough. It's real tough. Well then. Let's get some fuel and get going. Like, what can we find here? Just an anomaly? That's fine. Is it worth our time? Is it just an enemy battleship? That's cool. Very cool, Kanye. Did he just say that destroying ships distracts him from his tumors? That's pretty sad, all things considered. Guess it's time to put him out of his misery, or get ourselves put out of our misery. Whichever comes first. First things out on the battlefield are going to be 2 fighters. I guess we're going to have to meet those out in the field. No two ways about it, really. Let's just set up for a bit of an interception. Is it only the hull or the squadron base that we can actually attack? Oh, they actually just spawned those. Nice. Well, let's do more damage to the squadron base so that they can't launch any more of them, hopefully. Can I do damage to those? I might be able to. 15, they have 20 health, though. Let's just do another strike on that system. Get some drone fighters out on the field. Get them to start interacting with the enemy there quickly. Just keep them occupied for the time being, drones. I just need another clear shot at the enemy hull. Oh, cool. I can actually continue onwards. Just finish them off. Finish them off. Perfect. Beautiful. You did good. You did good. Damn. Heckin' lot of carnage there. Oof. Oh boy. Everything's in a state of wreckage. I don't much like it. Let's go back to the star map and see what we can do. If we go down here, we're gonna get caught in a bit of a riptide. I don't want that to happen. There's a store over here, and I think I need to head to it. Okay, management in this game is going to be tough. I like it. Group of prisoners escaping by building a jump ship. Or a junk ship. They need Neo-N in order to give us access to a weapon system. We don't even have the fuel necessary. I'm honestly not in the mood for a fight, just let them go. Let's scavenge the Neo-N. Only the one. It's a bit pitiful, but it's fine, I guess. We can afford a jump here, I think. Scout out the military base. Fight a pirate ship in the way. It's an easy fight, but do we want it? Good. A slaver. 50-50 chance of a covert mission. But we have an officer on board who can potentially persuade them otherwise. Okay, so we have a negotiator trying to talk up to his sense of stature and superiority. I mean, I like where this is going. And we've come with a solution, because owning slaves is apparently a lot of work. Nice! Perfect. I mean, we can still attack this guy. And he is a scrapper. He's gonna go around scrapping people. And he's quite damaged. Never say we don't do business with terrorists. Rather than one of these squadrons, I would prefer to send out these guys. Let's see about this. Alright, they seem to have engaged themselves like so. They seem to be doing just fine for themselves. Let's get a move on there. Okay, right-clicking sends them back to do repairs. Very cool, very cool. Okay, bit of damage, bit of fighting. Didn't quite go as planned. That's fine. Okay. I see how I have to play this out from now on. I love how they have, anti-fighter weapons. Oh, cool. We just missed them. Nice. Took damage to the weapons, sir. Let's see how this is gonna go. Extra time. Let's see, how's this gonna go for us? Let's just do the damage. Perfect. And we get a fully healthy frigate. Let's go. Beautiful. Alright, let's prepare a mission to the surface. Scanning the planet. Getting the booty. The pirate booty, that is. And taking an officer down to the surface with good resource extraction rates, low rate of commando survival, but, you know, it's fine, it's fine. And, good resource extraction rate. Let's go. We seem to have a pretty good set of chances on this one. Sharp senses check, very good. Persuaded them to hand over some resources, and found the military base. I wonder how far away we are from extracting. Trophy Mark 1 flash? What does that do? I guess we'll find out. More persuasion checks. Love to see them. Nice. Yes, keep the money coming, we need it. We took no damage. Oh. Oh well, nobody's injured, we can just leave. Perfect. That was a very, very good mission. Like, maybe things are even turning around for us. Now then. Final stop. Yep, I understand we're about to consume our final bit of fuel. And there's an anomaly ahead, a damaged civilian tanker. Took a scrapper attack, even. Our flight captain is, checking it out, and she found some good things for us. Some fuel, and fuel scavenging efficiency. Upgrade, +1. We didn't even have to pay for that one. Beautiful. No, we don't want local system map yet. We want to visit the shop. We want to buy the fuel. We're looking at that cruiser and we're thinking it's looking mighty special. Oh. Oh, this is good. This is good for us. I want this. Something that always comes back to the field fully repaired? Oh, I'll take it. Any day. Let's go. Anything we'd like to sell? Yes, a Sub-Zero gun. I'd appreciate not having it, honestly. Now, in terms of squadron repairs, I don't think we have access to that in this station. We can sell off a bunch of our damaged stuff, but we don't want that either, so let's visit our upgrades menu. Fill up on fuel scavenging efficiency, something we should have done few system jumps ago, but, you know, whatever. We'll deal. Better navigation scanners, any other upgrades we want. Better ground extraction for missions. Let's take an additional hull structure. I think we're gonna need it. And back to the star map we go. Next on the docket, coach system. We're getting pushed forward towards a boss fight. I don't like it, but we're gonna have to take it. Another civilian ship drifting dangerously close to the sun. Let's see what Captain Lynch can do for us. Give us a flyby. We have a flyby. Wrong end of a skirmish, Neo-N spillage. Negative, sir. No survivors. Cooked real good. Can we scrap the ship? Okay, no possibility for scrapping. In that case, all we can do is scavenge the Neo-N. Wow, 3 fuel? 4 fuel. Them upgrades really coming in handy, although we just got a really good roll on the scavenger operation. So it looks like something's trying to keep us in the game. I like it. What else do we have in the local system? Unidentified objects. I'm not in the mood for a fight. Let's just keep jumping onwards. Final destination. Who's this? Oh boy. Well, we are a Telos battleship. That is our clan name. Yes, that is the name of our house. House directly under the control of the Emperor Oberon. And we are dealing with a character named Mother. Head of the Scrappers. And the entity which we need to fight in order to get to the jump point that will take us to the next sector, of which we must pass through several before we can get to the throne room, or throne world. Alright. So, how bad's it gonna be? So far, we're launching fighters. Launching fighters? If we're launching fighters, I'm launching a cruiser. I want it. I want to see just how... Uh-oh. No. We're launching you into this area right here, okay? We're gonna use the asteroid field, hide our squadrons in it, and see what that does for us. Yeah? Yeah. Sounds like a plan, I think. Move you, move you. Hi there. Two range, one range. We want those guys to move closer to us. Or just, you know, start heading straight for them. Perfect. Ready to fire a cannon. Let's head for the squadron bay. We don't want more of those showing up. And we've damaged it. We've damaged it quite substantially. Really did a number on them. Enemy weapon still has the possibility to fire upon us. That's interesting. Let's deal with those ships a bit. Okay. You. I want you back inside the hangar. Oh, and this thing jumps across the map. Oh, what a lovely prototype that is. I love it. Now, what's this drone Mark 1 flash? Bender drive. You teleport its unit to destination. Deactivates enemy squadrons. Nice, okay. Just do damage. Only melee damage. But okay, sure. We'll do that. That's a heckin' lot of rewards. 441 scrap. I like it. We're on to the next sector. And I think we're gonna call the episode here, right at a border shop. We'll visit it, see what we can do, see if we can repair anything. Oh, yes, we can. I like repairs. Repairs are good for us. It's a good look. And we could only repair a certain amount. Very interesting. We can heal our officer there. That's good. Let's stock up on a bit of neo-fuel. Repair a hull bar. That's nice for us. And okay, yeah. Alright, I'm seeing this game come together, and it's coming up pretty good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. In fact, I like it so much, I'm even going to invest... it's almost like dubstep. Either way. Yeah, sure, let's invest in the full complement. Close up shop there. Invest in some final upgrades. Hardened hull systems, potentially? Additional squadron racks? Additional weapon dock sounds like a pretty good thing for us. So, squadron system support. Navigation, ground distress efficiency, let's max that out. And hold on to the rest of our money. And that brings a close to this episode. Until next time, I have been Smastian, and I'll see you at some point on a cosmic battlefield. Have a good day.